Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. I hope all is well. I've been wanting to get back to you with you guys and read from Isaiah. And for those of you who've been around, you should know why I want to read from Isaiah. But when I heard the news yesterday that that Elon Musk changed the name of his company from Twitter to X, I thought I might look into it. And then I heard that the parent company that owns Twitter and all his other endeavors is titled the X Corporation or X Corp. So I went in and I looked in fandom. And if you've been here with me a while, you should know why I would do that. I looked at the X Corp in fandom, and that's what you're looking at in the back there. That's a picture from one of their comic books of the X Corporation building in LA. And the photo to the left is Twitter's headquarters, and they've put that X on the building because that's what he named it. But amazingly, what I have to show you in fandom is going to confirm to you what I've been saying. It's going to confirm to you even more what the word of the Most High Abba Yahuwah has to say in Isaiah. So let's go read some Isaiah first, and then we'll come back and I'm going to show you what I found in fandom. And like I said, I would go over there and read it straight out of Google, but it mutes my mic, so I have to take snapshots and do it that way. But let's look right here at Isaiah 47. And I want to ask you, who do you think this is referring to here in Isaiah 47? I'll ask you again after we read it. Verse 1, come down and sit in the dust, O maiden daughter of Babel. Sit on the ground without a throne, O daughter of the Kasdim, for no more do they call you tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil, lift up the skirt, uncover the leg, pass through the rivers. Let your nakedness be uncovered, let your shame also be exposed. I take vengeance and meet no man. Our Redeemer, Yahuwah of hosts, is his name, the set-apart one of Yasharal. Sit silent and go into darkness, O daughter of Kasdim, for no more do they call you mistress of reigns. I was wroth with my people, I have profaned my inheritance, and I gave them into your hand. You showed them no compassion, you made your yoke very heavy on the elderly, and you said, I am mistress forever, so that you did not take these matters to heart and did not remember the latter end of them. And now, hear this, you who are given to pleasures, who dwells complacently, who says in your heart, I am, and there is none but me. I do not sit as a widow, nor do I know the loss of children. Both of these come to you suddenly in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon you in completeness because of your many witchcrafts, for your numerous great potent spells. And you have trusted in your evil, you have said, no one sees me. Your wisdom and your knowledge have led you astray, and you have said in your heart, I am, and there is none but me. But evil shall come upon you. You not knowing from where it arises, and trouble fall upon you, you being unable to put it off, and ruin come upon you suddenly, which you know not. Stand now with your potent spells and your many witchcrafts in which you have labored from your youth. If so be you are able to profit, if so be you find strength. You are exhausted by your many counsels. Let the astrologers, the stargazers, and those who prognosticate by the new moons stand up and save you from what is coming upon you. See, they shall be as stubble, fire shall burn them. They do not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There is not a coal to be warmed by, nor a fire to sit before it. So they shall be to you with whom you have labored, your merchants from your youth. They shall wander each one his own way. There is none to save you. So, who do you think that's referring to? If you're like I was, and all the times that I've read it in the past, I assumed that was talking about America, Babylon, the Great. But let's see what the word's identity of who it's talking about here. And I can assure you that what we'll see in the fandom is going to confirm all of this to you if the word doesn't already. So right here in 48, it says, "Hear this, O house of Jacob, who are called by the name of Yasharal." So in the KJV, it would say, "Who are called by the name of Israel, and have come from the waters of Yehuda, who swear by the name of Yahuwah, and profess the Most High of Yasharal, though not in truth or in righteousness. For they call themselves after the set-apart city, and lean on the Most High of Yasharal. Yahuwah of hosts is his name. I have declared the former events from the beginning, and they went forth from my mouth, and I made you hear them. Suddenly I acted, and they came to be, because I knew that you were hard, and your neck was an iron sinew, and your forehead bronze. Therefore I declared it to you long ago. Before it came, I made you hear, lest you should say, my idol has done them, and my carved image and my molded image commanded them. You have heard, look at them all, and do you not declare it? From now on I shall make you hear new ones, even hidden ones which you have not known. Now they shall be created, and not long ago, and before this day you have not heard them, lest you should say, look, I knew them. No, you have not heard. No, you have not known. No, from of old your ear has not been opened, because I knew that you were indeed treacherous, and are called a transgressor from the womb. So who do you think it's? Do you still think he's talking about America? Because look, let's go right back here to 46. Verse 1 says, Bel has bowed down, Nebo is stooping. Now, what do you think that means? I've showed to you before, proved it right here, that the Nebo over there in that place that calls themselves by the name of Israel, that call themselves after the set-apart city, that Nebo over there is only 2,400 feet tall. The real Nebo is 12,000, almost 13,000 feet tall. That's why it says right here, Nebo is stooping. Their idols were on the beast and on the cattle. That which is carried is burdensome, a burden to the weary. That which is carried is burdensome. That right there is the reason for this message that I'm bringing to you tonight. Because what this house right here, who calls themselves after the set-apart city, has done, it's put a heavy, massive burden onto the people. Listen to what 49 says right here. Listen to me, O coastlands, and hear, you peoples from afar. Yahuwah has called me from the womb, from my mother's belly. He has caused my name to be remembered. And he made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver he hid me. And he said to me, you are my servant, O Yasharal, in whom I am adorned. And I have said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for emptiness and in vain, but my right ruling is with Yahuwah, and my work with my mighty Most High. And now, said Yahuwah, who formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob back to him through though Yasharal is not gathered to him. Yet I am esteemed in the eyes of Yahuwah, and my Most High has been my strength. And he says, shall it be a small matter for you to be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to bring back the preserved ones of Yasharal? And I shall give you as a light to the nations, to be my deliverance to the ends of the earth. Thus said Yahuwah, the Redeemer of Yasharal, there set apart one, to the despised, to the loathed one of the nation, to the servant of the rulers. Sovereigns shall see and arise, rulers also shall bow themselves, because of Yahuwah, who is steadfast, the set apart one of Yasharal, and he has chosen you. Chosen you. Thus said Yahuwah, in a favorable time I shall answer you, and in the day of deliverance I shall help you, and I guard you and give you for a covenant of the people, to restore the earth, to cause them to inherit the ruined inheritances, to say to the prisoners, go out, to those who are in darkness, show yourselves. Let them feed on the ways, and let their pasture be on all bare hills. And they shall not hunger nor thirst, neither heat or sun strike them, for he who has compassion on them shall lead them, even by fountains of water guide them. And I shall make all my mountains a way, and my highways raised up. See, these come from afar away, and see those from the north and the west, and those from the land of Sinim. Here's that singing that you need to pay close attention to. Sing, O heavens, rejoice, O earth, and break out in singing, O mountains. For Yahuwah shall comfort his people, and have compassion on his afflicted ones. Pay attention to this. But Sion says, Yahuwah has forsaken me, and Yahuwah has forgotten me. Now, why do you think it says Yahuwah has forgotten me? Would a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Though they forget, I never forget you. Abba saying, I never forget you, Sion. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are always before me. Your sons shall hurry. Your destroyers and those who laid you waste depart from you. Lift up your eyes round about and see. All of them gather together and come to you. As I live, declares Yahuwah, you shall put on all them as an ornament, and bind them on you as a bride does. For your waste and your deserted places, and the land of your destruction shall soon be too narrow for the inhabitants, while those who swallowed you up are far away. Too narrow for its inhabitants. Let me go back here to chapter 28 real quick and show you what it, I've talked about this before. Show you what it says here in verse 20. It says, for the bed shall be too short for a man to stretch out on, and the covering shall be too narrow to wrap himself in it. If you remember, I told you that Isaiah, the entire book, it is basically revealing to you that the land has been hidden, it's been covered, and that there would be an imposter given to you. That's why it says right there in verse 20 that the bed shall be too short for a man to stretch out on, the covering shall be too narrow to wrap himself in it. That's just a sign. That's him telling you that the imposters can't, their legs are sticking out. Those of us who watch, therefore, who have been searching, therefore, his word, we see that that place over there is false. It's false. And those who believe in it are bearing a heavy burden upon themselves. Right here, Isaiah 60, verse 1, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the esteem of Yahuwah has risen upon you. For look, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness the peoples, but Yahuwah arises over you, and his esteem is seen upon you. And the nations shall come to your light, and sovereigns to the brightness of your rising. Lift up your eyes all around and see. All of them have gathered, and they come to you. Your sons come from afar, and your daughters are supported on the side. Then you shall see and be bright, and your heart shall throb and swell, for the wealth of the sea is turned to you, the riches of the nations come to you. A stream of camels covers your land. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all those from Sheba come, bearing gold and incense, and proclaiming the praises of Yahuwah. All the flocks of Kedar are gathered to you. The rams of Nebaioth serve you. They come up for acceptance on my slaughter place, and I embellish my esteemed house. Who are these who fly like a cloud and like doves to their windows? Because the coastlands wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring your sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, the name of Yahuwah, your mighty Most High, and to the set-apart one of Yasharal, because he has adorned you. Who do you think he's talking to here? You should know. I shouldn't have to explain every detail to you. You should know that he's speaking of that set-apart city. And the sons of foreigners shall build your walls, and their sovereigns serve you. For in my wrath I have stricken you, but in my delight I shall have compassion on you. And your gates shall be open continually; they are not shut day or night, to bring you the wealth of the nations and their sovereigns in procession. For the nation and the reign that do not serve you shall perish, and those nations shall be utterly laid waste. The esteem of Lebanon shall come to you, cypress, pine, and the box tree together. All those things that he just mentioned, cypress, pine, I've proven to you right here on All Esteem how over there in that false, if you want to call it Holy Land, they've tried to plant cypress trees and box trees. And they can't do it. There's something in the soil that won't allow it to happen. He shall embellish the place of my set-apart place, and I shall make the place of my feet esteemed. And the sons of those who afflicted you come bowing to you. That's why it said Nebo is stooping, bowing to you, and all those who despised you. And need I remind you that the word despised means to suppress, to hide. They despised you, they hid you. Those who hid you shall bow themselves at the soles of your feet, and they shall call you what? City of Yahuwah, Zion of the set-apart one of Yasharal. Instead of you being forsaken and hated, so that no one passes through you, I shall make you an everlasting excellence, a joy of many generations. And you shall suck the milk of the nations and suckle the breast of sovereigns, and you shall know that I, Yahuwah, your Savior and your Redeemer, am the mighty one of Jacob. Instead of bronze, I bring gold. Instead of iron, I bring silver. Instead of bronze instead of wood, iron instead of stones, and I shall make your officers peace and your magistrates righteousness. Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, neither wasting nor ruin within your borders, and you shall call your walls deliverance and your gates praise. No longer is the sun your light by day, nor does the moon give light to you for brightness, but Yahuwah shall be to you an everlasting light, and your mighty Most High your comeliness. Instead of your shame and reproach, they rejoice a second time in their portion. Therefore they take possession a second time in their land. Everlasting joy is theirs. For I, Yahuwah, love right ruling. I hate robbery for ascending offering. And I shall give their reward in truth and make an everlasting covenant with them. Now, all through here, right here, verse 10, this is Sion, the land, speaking. I greatly rejoice in Yahuwah, my being exalts in my Most High, for he has put garments of deliverance on me. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, and as a bridegroom decks himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. For as the earth brings forth its bud, as the garden causes the seed to shoot up, so the Master Yahuwah causes righteousness and praise to shoot up before all the nations. For Sion's sake I am not silent, and for Yerushalem's sake I do not rest, until her righteousness goes forth as brightness, and her deliverance as a lamp that burns. He's trying to tell you, you need to go back and read all of Isaiah. He's trying to tell you that it's been hidden and there is an imposter. That's why he said back here in 47, 48. That's why he says right here, or no, I guess it was 47. Remove your veil, lift up the skirt, uncover the leg, pass through the rivers. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. But I'm telling you right now that all of Isaiah is about the real land being hidden, trodden down, and that the one they've given you is false. It's a false Israel, if you want to call it Israel, Yasharal. It's not true. Right here. And you shall be a crown of comeliness in the hand of Yahuwah, and a royal headdress in the hand of your mighty Most High. No longer are you called forsaken, no longer is your land deserted, but you shall be called Hephzibah, and your land married, for Yahuwah shall delight in you, and your land be married. I have set watchmen on your walls, O Jerusalem, all the day and all the night continually, who are not silent. You who remember Yahuwah, give yourselves no rest, and give him no rest till he establishes, until he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth. That's why I'm here doing what I'm doing right now. Yahuwah has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength, no more do I give your grain to be food for your enemies, nor do sons of the foreigner drink your new wine for which you have labored. Do you understand that that place over there, that false place, they're soaking up from the world all the attention that all the glory that the land here is supposed to possess. They say that they're the children of the Most High One. It's actually us. Pass through the gates, prepare the way for the people, build up the highway, remove the stones, lift up a banner for the peoples. See, Yahuwah has proclaimed it to the end of the earth. Say to the daughter of Sion, see, your deliverance has come. See, his reward is with him and his work before him. And they shall be called the set-apart people, the redeemed of Yahuwah, and you shall be called sought out, a city not forgotten. And we could go on, and we could just keep reading in every chapter in Isaiah, and it's exactly what it's talking about. If you speak the scripture's language, if you're actually reading it and you're watching, therefore, that's what you'll see. But to make this short and quick for you, I've been thinking about coming back and reading that. My whole mission has been, you should know what my mission is, and I've been wanting to get back here to you and read from Isaiah 47, 46, 47, 48, all of it. I want to just keep reading all of Isaiah. I want to show you all the other places in there where he's talking about the imposters, and they say that this is the set apart place, and that the real set apart place was covered. He covered it. He hid it. It's that strange work. I used to read when he talks about the strange work, and I always thought that it was something to do with hell. No, it's he covered the land. And now he's bringing you back to this land. And look, if you think that you're going to get raptured and you're going to miss the tribulation, you're dead wrong. You better get that thought out of your head and pull your head out of your butt, because that's a lie. Those people who claim to be the children of the Most High, who claim to live in his set apart place, they've made lying their refuge. Remember those words. When you go back into Isaiah and you read through it, you'll see how that it says that over and over again, that they made lying their refuge. That's a lie. That's a lie to kill you. And if you think that the Most High, all through his word, said he was going to destroy every bit of land around the whole earth, there will only be one place of refuge, one place you can find and escape, and that's in the set apart place. That's it. If you think that you can dwell in New York or LA or Missouri or Texas or Wisconsin, you're dead wrong. And you should know by the signs around you, everything that you see going on, you should understand that we are inching close. I've been talking about 42 and 24. X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. There's a reason he called it X, and it's being changed right now, right before the year 2024. The year that I've been telling you, that they've been telling us, is the year that a lot of the population is going bye-bye, and they already have went bye-bye. There's excess deaths are up 500% per week since the jabs. I'm sure you see all these people, young people falling over with cardiac arrest and congested heart failures and all these things. They've been slaying one another. There's been millions and millions of people have been slayed. Trust me. But it's how crazy is it that I went and looked into the X Corporation. Let me show you what it says here at first, just so you can see what the X Corp's about. See that guy, the angel up there with the wings? X Corporation. There's some of the members, the leaders, Angel, Professor X, and right here it says that shortly after revealing to the world that he was a mutant, Professor Charles Xavier organized the X Corporation, a non-profit organization dedicated to investigate mutant rights violations and act as an international extension of the X-Men, with Cerebra connections to monitor mutant activity. But so I went down and I got reading in the X Corp fandom page, and I strongly encourage you to go do so and look at all these different little keywords that seem relevant to everything you see going on. Look here, I found this place called the Savage Land. It says right here, you know, this is where superheroes go to get eaten by dinosaurs, right? The savage land set in Antarctica at the base of the Palmer Peninsula is a tropical prehistoric land surrounded by volcanoes deep. It is a tropical preserve hidden from the rest of the world. It is located at that place right there. Over the course of several weeks, mutants have planted exotic flowers across the world and as far away as Mars. At the Jerusalem habitat, ambassadors from several nations meet where one of these flowers has in 2 weeks grown to engulf a building. Now, these flowers, you'll learn, are gateways. They're Krakoa gateways that connect twinned areas. Yes, it does. You're going to see right here. Gateways were the type of flowers that grew in Krakoa. They had the power to create portals between one another. The new mutant nation of Krakoa utilized them by planting one flower from a pair of twins at a specific location, such as an embassy throughout the world, creating an instant pathway to its twin back on Krakoa. We've been talking about the gateways. Go back and watch my video, Gate 42. Go watch it. And in me going through all these different keywords and reading all this and seeing how it's exactly what we've been talking about, what we knew was going on, I found this place called Nova Roma. And I've told you that I'm a Roma. Rumnachel, what the world likes to call gypsy. It's proven that we, if you want to call us one of the lost tribes, whatever it is, our language is similar to Hebrew, and it's no mystery as to why I'm so adamant about serving the Most High and finding the truth in His Word. I have it in my genes, in my DNA. But I seen that word Roma and I thought to myself, now I wonder what this is about. Well, Nova Roma is a hidden city in the Amazon jungle of Brazil. Now I can tell you there's all kinds of truths in this fandom stuff, but they don't give you the truthful details of it. They hide it because they would never give you the location of the true set apart place. They just won't. You'll have to find that for yourself. It was founded in 44 BC, just after the death of Julius Caesar, and absorbed Incan refugees fleeing Spanish conquistadors in the 1500s. Its government and culture are akin to ancient Rome. And look, that dark priest, as we were just reading in the scripture, was talking about dark priest. Right here it says, right here, with time, the memory of the Nova Romani and of Magna Amara Aquila returned, and they tried to repopulate their hidden city. It's all right here, folks. You just got to go in. You got to be hungry. It talks about how it was hidden, and through these gateways, these portals. There's a reason he just changed it to X. Like I said, it's about the year 2024, and it's about to go down. Trust me when I tell you. But look, you can go all through Isaiah, wherever you want to go, and you'll find him talking about the city forgotten, and that he would bring them back. And like I said, if you think you can you can get through this tribulation anywhere else, that would make his word serve no purpose. That would make Abba Yahuwah a liar. And trust me when I tell you, he does not lie. There's no getting around it. I always say, prove me wrong. And I'm gonna say it again, prove me wrong. That his word, don't all through it talk about the land being hidden and about imposters putting a heavy burden on us and making lies their refuge, being robbers, full of treachery. If you can go through his word and see that that's not all in there, and that the land is hidden and that he covered it, and that one day we would return, and that the only safety found on earth is in his set apart place. And let me tell you this right now, because a lot of you may not know, because you may have never been here like it was for me. This state is governed by Mormons. Now, I would say that that's not a good thing, because they worship Babylon just like the Christians and all these other, the people over there in Israel, all these people do. They bow down to idols of wood and stone. They celebrate their holidays, Zeus and Ishtar. But one thing that they have provided, which if you look into, eventually you'll see the truth in this. Prove me wrong on this too. You ain't gonna be able to. Utah is the only state that's governed by, if you want to say Christians or whatever. There's no lottery here in this state. There's no bars. That you can find a bar about once every 20 miles. There's no liquor stores, and the only liquor stores there are state-run agencies, and there's like 10 of them in the whole state. And you got to go. It's something like you've never witnessed. Trust me. There's no crime running rampant. Yeah, it's full of Mormons, but what they've provided is something that the whole world, there ain't a spot in the world that has the refuge like this place has. Like I said, there's virtually no crime. Yeah, there's still aspects of the world here, but it's nothing like any other state that you can go to. When the lockdowns happened, this was the least lockdown state in the country. All that stuff. Bible still being in school, which you know, just like I do, what this world is about. But this is the closest to Abba as far as a governing body promotes. This is the closest state, closest area in the world that you'll find where that is. There's so much about this stuff that I want to talk about and tell you about, but I'm not going to take up no more of your time. I'm telling you right now, if you want to live, scratch the rapture theory. Scratch the notion that you can just sit and ride this ride out. You can't. That would, like I'm telling you, prove me wrong. Come prove me wrong. And you ain't going to be able to, but I invite you to try to prove me wrong, that you can be his servant or his children, and you can ride the storm out in any other part of the world besides his set-apart place and live. You will not be able to. If you're here and you're alive during all this stuff that's going on and that's about to go on, you have to return to the set apart place. Just like the Yasharal had to do when they were in Egypt, Mitzrayim. They had to return. They didn't get to set in Egypt and ride it out. If they wanted to live in return to their inheritance, then that means they actually have to return to their inheritance. If you're someone who loves truth and you've seen the lies that we've been reared up in, one of those lies being that you get to go to heaven when you die, if you know the folly in that, you know that we inherit the earth. And the only place that you'll inherit the earth is in his set apart place. And the set apart place ain't where we've been told. That's a bald-faced lie, and it's a deadly one. It's killed countless people. His real set-apart place is in North America, and the city of Jerusalem sits in Utah, Judah. Prove me wrong. You can't. You won't. I'll be right here waiting for you to try. Like I said, I invite you to do so. Till next time, shalom, shalom. Peace out. These out.